Today we're going to be discussing table plans and whether to table plan or not to table plan. To table plan or not to table plan? That is the question. So I'm going to go through traditionally how you would do a table plan and how you would traditionally put together a wedding. You have a top table, which is normally a rectangular table sitting facing the room. And on the top table, you would have the bride and groom, and then you would have the mother and the father of the bride and the mother and the father of the groom, as well as sometimes the best man and the maid of honor. You can actually sit them however you want, but traditionally you would have the groom who would be sitting next to the bride's mother, who would be sitting next to the groom's father, and then you would have the bride who would be sitting next to the groom's father, who would be sitting next to the bride's mother. And then you would have the best man and the maid of honor on either end. Now obviously this is the 21st century and families can be very different, and families can include step parents. Obviously sometimes both parents aren't always here. Sometimes we have a grandparent in replace of a parent. So really, there isn't a right way to do it, it's whatever you would like to do. But that is the traditional way that you would do a top table. From that point, the top table would then be looking out at a series of round tables that usually seat 8 to 10 people. You would then have a board somewhere which would have all the tables and say who's sitting on which table. Some of the other things that we've seen recently is one of the things is called a Cupid table. So that is where the only people on the top table is actually the couple. Sometimes it's the couple and their children. This is quite a nice thing to do because then it takes away the question as to who is sitting on the top table with you. At which point you can then assign tables to different family members, and one set of parents could sit on one table, another set of parents could sit on another table with their family and friends. It's actually a very cute, lovely thing to do because then the couple get to have some time just together for themselves. The next thing that we have happening quite often is no table plan. So this is quite fun because you can come up with some quite creative ways of doing this. We've had boards where you've had photographs of each of the guests which have been taken off of like their Facebook profile or something like this, and then the guests come in, they pick up their photograph, they go and find a seat and they put their photograph down on their seat, and therefore that is the place that they will have for the rest of the 3-course meal. Also, we've seen it done with name places, again, all on a row on a table, and you simply come and pick up your name and go and put it on a place where you would like to sit. This can work really well in some cases. In other cases, I think it maybe won't work quite so well if you would prefer to have things a bit more structured. But the thing I do like about no table plan is it forces people to sit with people that maybe they wouldn't normally sit with, that you would have maybe put all of one family together, whereas with no table plan, you'll find them meeting people that they may never have met before. There isn't a right or a wrong way to do this. It really is down to you. There's some very fun, creative ways that you can do table plans. We've had some incredible displays here at the Ravenswood of, table plans in photo frames written onto mirrors, on ladders in photo frames, bottles with names written onto them, and we've had traditional table plans that have been put together by a stationer. You can get very creative on this, and this is quite a fun thing to look into on how you would like to display your table plan. A lot of the time people keep their table plans and put them up in their house, so you have a record of who was at your wedding, and they can be quite nice pieces of art. So again, there isn't a right or a wrong way for you to do this. It really comes down to what you would like to do. There's some great ideas on things like Pinterest and Instagram, so go have a look and create the table plan that works for you.